Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. If people wander in, we'll let them wander in, but we're going to go ahead and get started just so we can get done. I don't think we'll take the whole hour, but it is nice to see all of you here together in the same place. And I know some of you guys haven't started yet. You're getting ready to go far away, and some of you guys already have started. So we're all kind of in different places, but just want to cover some bases. So this first class is an introductory class. We're going to just go over some stuff, and y'all are going to think, I can't believe I'm having to sit here and listen to Lee tell me this, but I have to tell it to you because things have happened in the past, and it's just part of my job and part of professional development for you to hear it. So try not to roll your eyes, at least where I can see them, right? But also try to remember the spirit of why I'm doing this, because I want y'all to be well informed. I don't want you to have any surprises at your job site, and I want, most of all, for you to make a really great impression and to do a really good job at your internship so that this can benefit you after your classwork is done here at Hendrix in your future, whether you're applying to graduate school, whether you're going to get a job, no matter what your plans are. So that's why we're talking about this stuff. Just a little bit of background, right? So the internship class that y'all are taking, the faculty set this up so that internships could count for academic credit or for Odyssey credit or for both. So you have that option, and that's why you're taking this class. The faculty wanted something outside of the academic work to provide you some professional development, to provide you some of that outside of the classroom backup that you need. So that's why y'all all work with me. That's why it's run through Career Services, because it's definitely preparing you for your careers after Hendrix. And I definitely want to let you know that I'm here as an ally, as a resource for you. So anytime throughout your internship, if you have questions about the workplace, about how to deal with a boss, about how to deal with a coworker, a situation that's going on, any of those things, the world of work might be a little unfamiliar to you guys, particularly in these type of settings. Maybe you've, had a job, at a restaurant, or you've had a job, at a clothing store or something like that. But this might be your first foray into the professional world of work. And so I'm here. Ask me those questions. This is what I'm here to do, is to help you. You're not bothering me. I'm here all summer. I'm a 12-month employee. So email me, call me, stop by, come to these classes. Let me help you if you do have some situations. And I will say, the sooner you talk to me, the better. Okay, so it's really going to behoove you, if something comes up, go ahead and start talking to me now, because what happens inevitably every semester, every summer that we run the internship program, someone has something that comes up and they just think, oh, I can deal with that, or I'm going to be all right, or it's going to be fine, and it just kind of balloons and balloons and balloons, and by the time we get to the end of the internship, it's too late. I can't help you if your internship's over. Whereas if you talk to me in June, I can. So things that I have helped interns do in the past is negotiate some misunderstandings about the work you're supposed to be doing, right? So maybe you don't have enough work to do and you're bored, or maybe they're giving you some crazy, hard, high-level stuff that you just aren't cut out for, right? There's no shame in saying, I need to learn a little bit more first before you just throw me into the fire, right? And so I can help you negotiate that water. That's why you have the internship packet, to kind of give you a little bit of a backup, so we can all go back to that and say, hey, this is what I signed up to do, and I don't really feel like that's what I'm doing. I can help you with that kind of stuff. I can also help you if you feel like maybe your boss is being extra hard on you, and you know what, you're not getting paid to do this. What should I do? I feel like maybe I'm getting treated unfairly, or different interns are getting treated different ways. I can help you negotiate some of that too, or just any questions that you have. That's what I'm here, is to help you get through that. So please let me know sooner rather than later, right? Because I can't help you after the fact. A few things about that. You will remember in your internship packet, there was a second page, and it had a lot of words on it, and you were supposed to initial by all these statements and sign at the bottom and all that stuff. I just want to remind you about a few things in that. It was called the Student Code of Professional and Ethical Conduct, whatever. You guys are great Hendrix students. I don't have any doubts that you are going to do good work at your internship site. But a few things that are different from being a student at Hendrix and taking classes here versus being an intern in the professional world. So, a few of those things are, you can't quit, okay? This is not like a class you can drop. Someone has invested some time, maybe some money, definitely some training into you to work this summer, and they are counting on you to do that work. So if you get there and you don't like it, tough. Okay, this is part of the real world. So you're going to have to tough it out. Again, I can help you with strategies. Maybe we can get you working on a different project within the office or something like that. But this is going to help you learn about the professional world. This is why you do an internship, right? Because you're just here for the summer. If this were your first job and this happened, it would be a lot worse. So just remember that quitting really isn't an option. What is an option is if you do a really bad job, you can get fired. Right? So we have had interns get fired. And so what that means is if you got Odyssey funding, you have to write the Odyssey department a check back for the funding you got. You don't get to live in campus housing if you're living in campus housing. So don't do a crappy job. So if you're finding a situation and you're not liking the work or it's just not working out, there are a lot of different ways that we can slice that apple, and let me help you through that. Don't just stop showing up. Don't get there and be sullen and have a crappy attitude, okay? So let me help you out with that. So know that you can't just drop it like a class, and know that we can terminate it if I hear from your boss that you're not doing a good job. So you should have all gotten a copy of your packet if your packet is complete with our office. So what we did is if we've got your full packet on file, we sent that to you, to your faculty sponsor, and to your internship site. So everybody has an electronic copy of what everybody has signed on to. So if you do ever have questions, you've got that, they've got that, we can all be on the same page. So you should have all received that if your packet's complete. If not, you'll be getting an email from me and we'll be completing your packet and getting that taken care of. Once it's complete, we'll send it out to everybody. So everybody should be operating on the same frame, same point. Please keep in contact with me if anything happens status-wise with your internship, if they reduce your hours, if something happens, if you're getting paid and they decide not to, or anything like that. I just need to know. The more I know, the more I can help you, but also I just need to know these things for our records and our files and that kind of stuff. So if any sort of status change happens with your internship, please let me know. Drop me an email, call me, send me a line, whatever. Let's see if there's anything else. Right, and so I talked to with you guys, a lot of you guys, when you turned your paperwork in, but just remember, particularly you guys, because you're local and you're here in Conway or you're here in Little Rock where people know about Hendrix, you are representing yourself, right? This is going to be a great recommendation for you for grad school or your first job, hopefully. You're also representing Hendrix in our community. So just remember that. You're laying the groundwork for a Hendrix student who next summer might want to do an internship with the judge or with this doctor or at Toltec Mounds or wherever you are. So do a good job, if not just for your own sake, but for the Hendrix students that will follow behind you, okay? A lot of you guys have internships that Hendrix students had before you, and the reason you got it is because they did such a good job. People jump at the chance to have a Hendrix student in their office, and they love it because you guys are smart and with it. So set the bar high and keep it high so that students coming behind you will have the same opportunities that you had. I know you guys will do that, but again, I just kind of have to say this stuff. So do you guys have any questions about kind of professionalism in the workplace, sticking to it, anything along those lines that I've covered so far? I hate to just talk, so y'all, if you have questions, let me know. I'll just keep rolling if you don't. So that is your kind of, I wouldn't exactly call it a pep talk, but your do a good job for the summer talk. How's that? Just a few other things about professionalism. We talked about attendance and commitment to the internship. Let's talk about attitude and attire. So y'all are all across the board. We've got some people working at organic farms. We've got other people working in the judge's office, going to court. We've got other people at the police department. We've got you guys all over the place. So dress code is not going to be the same across the board. Hopefully, for you guys that haven't started yet, somebody has been in communication with you about your expectations for professional dress for the summer, right? So you might have to wear scrubs every day. You can't wear jeans, right? You guys at the court can't wear jeans. Hopefully someone's been in contact with you about that. If you're unsure, now's the time to ask, okay? So ask before you show up on your first day. I will always tell you to err on the side of being more professional. So if you think, oh, I wonder if they're going to have on khakis and a polo shirt and that's what I should wear, or should I wear a tie? Wear a tie. You can always take the tie off and put it in your bag or in your pocket or whatever, guys. You know, if you get there and everybody's in a polo shirt and you feel overdressed, right? You can always take the tie off. Know the work you're doing and dress accordingly. If you have questions, ask. It shows some initiative on your end that you want to make sure you're showing up and doing the right thing. The worst thing you want to do is get there and not be dressed appropriately. Making a good first impression really is important, particularly the bar's probably set kind of low for you guys. I mean, they're thinking, oh, I got this college student coming in who's used to sleeping until noon. I mean, really, what are they going to be able to do for me? Well, let's hope you're really going to blow past those expectations, and so you showing up looking great the first day is going to be a good thing. So if you have questions, ask. If they can't give you a straight answer, go with some decent professional attire. And to that end, let's say like you guys working on the farm, or you're doing digs a lot, so you're probably outside. They say, you know what, just wear your old grubbies, right? You're going to be getting dirty, whatever. We don't care what you wear, just be comfortable, or you have to wear closed-toed shoes. You know, that's their only rule. So yeah, wear jeans and a t-shirt, but don't wear. Just think about the t-shirt you're putting on, right? So seriously, I've had internship sites be like, you know what, I really don't, you know. Some of the t-shirts we have at Hendrix are funny, and they're funny wearing around campus, but if you're working at a farm and people who buy vegetables from the farm are coming out to pick them up, and you're the one that greets them, and you've got, you know, VZ Luell, I got laid, or whatever, it's just, you know, that's my one example, because I have a shirt like that from my days at VZ. So anyway, you know, don't be aware of that, right? Because we do have some funny shirts that people who don't know about Hendrix might think, wow, I wonder what that means. And you don't want to reflect poorly on your employer or your boss. So even if you are wearing jeans and a t-shirt, be cognizant when you're stumbling around in the dark at 5:30 in the morning what t-shirt you put on. Because believe it or not, people do pay attention to that. And like I said, you don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize the folks that you're working for. A lot of these people, this is their livelihood. This is their name on their business, right? And their reputation at stake, and you're representing them as well as Hendrix. And so anything you do, you don't want to jeopardize that. So just be cognizant of that. Professional attitude, what I mean by that, so we'll just do kind of a mini show of hands. How many of you guys are you getting paid to do your internship? Right. How many guys are not getting paid to do your internship? Right. So that's about typical. It's about 70-30 unpaid to paid internships. So you guys that are getting paid, that is awesome. Way to go. But you guys that are not getting paid, professional attitude is even more important for you guys. It is really tough to roll your lazy bones out of bed every morning and go to a job every day that you're not getting paid to do, right? That is a bummer, and I totally get that. I have a hard time rolling out of bed sometimes and I get paid. So it's hard to do that, but you're going to make a really great impression if you can just stick with a professional and a positive attitude. Even, I know a lot of you guys are driving into Little Rock and back. It's costing you money to do this internship, right? Try to keep the best attitude that you can. One of my buddies is a lawyer in Little Rock, and he's had some interns before, and he gave me some good perspective on this, in that your intern's spending 120 hours with me. My hourly rate as an attorney is $250 an hour. So the 120 hours that I'm spending with this intern, training him, working with him, letting him help me on cases, right? That's $30,000 out of my pocket. So while I may not be paying him, I'm making a really big investment in him. And I would say that goes for pretty much any field in any firm, right? It doesn't matter if it's law or not. So these employment sites are making an investment in you. They're taking time out to train you. They're hoping you're going to learn a great field. You are going to do some great work for them in return. So I implore you to keep it positive, to keep a great attitude. If you're feeling down in the dumps, talk to me. I'll give you a pep talk, right? But really try to maintain a high level of professionalism, a high level of good professional attitudes, even if you're not getting a paycheck. And I totally understand that that's hard to do, but I want you to know it's worth it. It's worth it in the end. Talk to anybody who's done an internship that's now in graduate school or has gotten their first job, and they will tell you it's worth it. There is no price you can put on a good recommendation. So just keep that in mind. I know it's hard to think about now, but it will pay off in the future. Do you guys have any questions about that? All right, so I sent you all the syllabus. Hopefully you may not have it with you, but we're going to run through it really quick. I tried to bring it up on the screen, but you can't really see it because it's kind of dark. So the main thing is that we only have 3 classes for the internship class. It's minimal, the work that you have to do for this. So it's really important that you come to every class. For you guys that are watching online, it's important that you log on and watch every class, because we only have these 3 opportunities. So today is our first meeting. July 11th is our second meeting, And then more importantly, our last meeting is when we come back in the fall for the semester, the day before classes start. You all should be able to move in on that Sunday. That Monday is our class. For you guys that are working orientation, I've made this at a time that it will work for your schedules. A couple of you had asked me questions about that on the SurveyMonkey that I sent out. So don't worry about that. You'll be able to attend the class if you're doing orientation. So Monday, August 26th is that last class at 3 p.m. Again, back in this room, you'll notice it'll be a lot more crowded because everybody will be back from their faraway locations. And we have about 85 interns this summer, which is amazing. Y'all are a record-breaking class. Congratulations. So those 3 classes are important, and it's important that you keep up with the assignments. For me, again, minimal assignments, and you'll see that on the syllabus. We'll talk about them in just a second. Make sure you're keeping up with your faculty members. So while the faculty have trusted me to run this internship class for you guys to provide this professional development for you, I don't give any grades, right? I run this class and I report to the faculty members if you attend, if you participate, and if you turn in your assignments, are they on time? Are they high quality? That kind of stuff. I also relate to your faculty members your supervisors evaluation. So at the end of this internship process, all of your supervisors will get an evaluation for you that they'll fill out and send back to me. That will go to your faculty member. You'll also get to see that as well because it's a good professional development tool for you. So all of that together, I give to your faculty members. They are the ones that decide your grade or decide if you get the Odyssey credit or not. So when you filled out your internship packet, there was a page back there that you and a faculty member filled out. Hopefully you're remembering that, right? Where it talks about what your learning goals are and then what your assignments are. Make sure you're keeping up with that information because they will use that along with the information I give them to ascertain your grade or your credit situation. So if you're supposed to be checking in with your faculty member, make sure you're doing it. If you're supposed to be doing a weekly journal entry, make sure you're doing it. Keep up with your faculty members because they are the ones. I will not sign your Odyssey paperwork. As much as you want me to, I can't. So your faculty member is the one that you need to be keeping up with, and I will provide them a report. Does that make sense? So let's run through the syllabus real quick. Today, we've talked about internship orientation, I feel like we've covered that. We've talked about professionalism, I feel like we've covered that. So your assignment, and I included this with your syllabus, your assignment that's due July 1st via Moodle, and I'm going to show y'all Moodle in just a second, is to do these internship interviews. And so these are career development type interviews, and this is meant to help you. I'm not providing you a list of questions because you all are going to have different questions. You guys that want to go to law school are going to have totally different questions than you guys that might want to be a police officer, but you might be interviewing the same person, right? So what you need to do, mainly I want to make sure you interview the right people. So you need to interview your boss or someone that you're working closely with every day, that you know a lot about their job. That helps you ask better questions, right? You need to interview that person and then pick a second person. Maybe it's someone in a completely different area of your big organization. Maybe it's someone you think has a really cool job and you just want to know more about it and how they got involved in it, right? You need to pick someone else outside of your immediate circle and find out more about their job and how they get that. So what do I mean by a career development interview? And again, I think I tried to include this in the paper that I sent you, but what do you want to know? So how'd you get this job, right? Did you go to grad school? Do you think I need to go to grad school? If I go to grad school, is there a really great place I should go that'll help me solidify a great job, or does it matter? Do I just need a law degree, or do I just need a PhD? It doesn't matter where it's from, right? Any of those type of questions that can help you kind of immediately after Hendrix, but also good questions about, did you know you've always wanted to do this? What are some good signs that I'm meant to do this job? Am I doing anything that's showing some good, natural inclinations towards this field? That kind of thing. Any kind of questions that are going to help you figure out how to take this internship and use it for the next level, right? Whether it's deciding what type of graduate school or whether graduate school or not, all of those things. So use this to your advantage. Don't just do this because it's an assignment for me. Our interns in the past have been doing this. This is my 4th year now. Have found some really found fields they didn't even know existed and pursued them further. They went in to do one internship and they wound up really loving this other office and split their time with that office and then went back and worked more for the other office. You'd be amazed at what you learn, right? fields are so broad, and there are so many different ways that you can be involved in the legal field without being a lawyer. You can be involved in research without having a PhD, right? So many different ways that you can work the way that you want to work, and you may not know about them yet, because all you hear from us probably is, yeah, go to grad school, because that's what we know, right? We all went to grad school. Your faculty members, people like me, that's what we did, so we know that best. That's what we tell you to do. These folks have different career paths. They're not career academics, and so they can give you some good practical advice from someone who's in the field. Use this as a chance to explore what your ideas are within this career field, and ask them. People love to tell their stories, right? And so ask them, you know, what was your favorite class in college? Or you know, if you had to go back and take one class, what would it be? I guarantee you, people that aren't business majors, they'll tell you to take an accounting class. But anyway, ask them for some advice right now too. People love to give advice. They love to tell their stories, and I guarantee you'll learn a lot about how they got into this role, and you'll learn a lot about the field in general. So use this as a chance to advance your own career and advance your own planning. Maybe it'll help you pick out some classes for the next couple of years, but do that. For you guys that, several of you guys are working in kind of one-man operations, one-woman operations. And if that's the case, for example, we have a lot of students that work for farmers, and so they're the only ones. Sometimes you'll go to other farms, interview that person, or interview somebody that comes to the market that buys your vegetables. Ask them, you know, why do you buy local produce? Why is it important to you to know your farmer? You know, anything like that that can help you get to know. If you're thinking you want to start a farm and be in, you know, work a farmer's market, well, this is good information for you to know, right? Meet your customers where they are. So if you're working kind of in a small shop, interview clients that go to this place, or interview colleagues. Help talk to your boss, and they can help you find someone that does something similar, right? Anything like that. So if you have questions, if you're not sure who the other person is that you should interview, just let me know. I'm happy to brainstorm some ideas with you, because I'm sure we can find someone great for you to talk to. Any questions about the interview? So what I want you to turn in, I do not want a play-by-play. Please don't send me a play-by-play, right? Don't send me, I asked this and they said that. I don't want to know that. I want a summary. I just want to know what you learned. Did you have an aha moment? Was there something interesting? Did they do something crazy you never would have thought about? Just give me your impressions. Give me what you learned. Give me what you thought. You know, a page-ish for each one, and turn those in. The way I've set it up in Moodle is that you have to do 2 interview assignments, so you'll need to turn in one for one assignment and one for another assignment. You'll see it once it gets put in there. I think I've put it in, but I may not have opened it where you can see it. So just know that you need to turn them in separately. So whatever you need to do to make that happen, that's a little different than in previous years. So so you'll see in the assignments, I'm going to try to put them all in one folder so that they'll all be in one place. You'll see interview 1, interview 2, so you'll have to turn in 2 separate ones instead of one document that has 2 on the page. Does that make sense? Not good with technology. I'm struggling with Moodle, but I'm going to keep on trucking for your sake. Okay, so that's your first assignment. Second assignment is your resume. So the next class that we have will be a resume and cover letter workshop, which I know sounds thoroughly exciting, but you will learn a lot, and your resume is the most important thing you can do in this class. I'll just leave it at that. So what I want you to do is you're going to turn in, let's see, you're going to attend class on July 11th, and then you'll turn in a resume on August the 1st. So we'll go through, I would love for you to bring a copy. If you have a current copy of your resume, bring it with you to class next time. For you guys that are watching online, when you log in to watch online, have a copy of your resume with you. We're going to go through a PowerPoint presentation that's going to have a lot of different examples of different ways you can do things on your resume. A lot of you guys I've helped with your resumes, and so you're in pretty good shape. But in particular, I want to see how you're going to add this internship to your resume, and let's make sure you're getting the most impact out of it, that you're listing the description the right way and all that stuff, so that when you get ready to apply to graduate school or your next internship or your job, you feel confident that your resume is ready to go. Boom, and you're done. So resume and networking and cover letters that's what we're going to cover next. So your assignment will be to turn in your resume August 1st on Moodle. The last class I've changed a little bit. We used to do a Myers-Briggs assessment. A lot of you guys have already done that, so we're going to do something different, and we're going to talk about how you can make this internship work for you. So we're going to talk about LinkedIn. We're going to talk about connecting with alumni in your career field of interest, which some of you guys are working for alumni. So alumni. Anyway, we're going to talk about really some practical steps to end this internship and make it work for you, how to search for the right graduate school, that kind of stuff. And the final things that you will turn in is a final copy of your resume. So what will happen, you'll send me your resume August 1st. I'm going to try to go through them all, make any commentary, check for any glaring errors, that kind of thing, give you some feedback so that you can turn in a final version on the 26th, okay? And then your hours log. All of you should have an hours log. You should be keeping up with it. Make sure you keep up with that. That has to come back to me. You won't turn that in via Moodle. You'll turn that in via in person because we have to keep that on file in case we ever have an academic audit. We can say, yes, you did 120 hours of work over 8 weeks. I'll keep that on file for you. So you do need to turn that into me. If you need an extra copy of an hours log, I'm happy to send you one. Just let me know. And then the last thing that you turn in is a reflection paper. Some of you guys have to do reflection papers for your faculty members. You may remember maybe that's one of the things that they wrote for you. Please don't write 2 reflection papers. I'm not in the business of making more work for you to do. Y'all are busy enough. I want you to focus at your internship site. That's where you're learning this summer. So don't do extra work. If you're doing a reflection for them, just turn in the same reflection to me. If they didn't give you a lot of guidance on that reflection, use some of the information I gave you on the syllabus, right? You can also use the Odyssey guide if you need to, or the Odyssey website. They have a good page on what to write in a reflective paper. What I'm asking of you is a minimum of 2 pages. So again, it's not a huge time commitment. I want to know what you learned, what was interesting. Did it help you make some decisions about your life, about your career, whatever it is you want to tell me about what you learned. And again, if you're having to do one for your faculty member, please don't do another one for me. Just turn in the same one. Again, I don't want to create a lot of work for you to do. The work that I have you do because I feel it is really vital to your life after Hendrix. And that's what I want to help you with, is thinking about how this is going to help you after you graduate. How is this going to help you take the next step to your life after Hendrix? You're here for 4 years. You're alive for 80 years. So you got a lot of life outside of Hendrix. And I want to help you with that. So I really have tried to distill it down to what I think is the most useful and the most pertinent for you to do. I hope you'll find that too. The feedback in the past has been that these interview assignments and work on the resume has been really influential and important. So I hope you'll find that too, and I hope you will see it as useful work for the summer. That is what you'll turn in our last class, and that's kind of how our last class will go. So do you have any questions about the assignments? How many of you guys have used Moodle before? Oh, good. More than I was thinking. Okay, so Moodle is not as foreign to you as it is to me. Yay. I have created a class, and I have added all of you to it, hopefully, and I think I have turned the class on so that you can see it. Has anybody just happened to go out to Moodle and check to see if they could get to the class? You did? Can you get into the class? Yay! I'm just going to do this for the guys that are watching this online because they don't have the luxury of asking me some questions. So, is that? Nope, it didn't show up. Oh, made a noise. Did it time out? All right, well, to get to Moodle, you go to moodle.hendrix.edu. You can also get through Campus Web and I think through the library's website, but it's moodle.hendrix.edu. You log in with your same Campus Web information, and that should take you to a page where you can look at My Courses. And you should see Summer Internship. It might say Internship S 2013. It's under Template. Okay, well, I'm going to have to fix that. It should show up under your courses. But anyway, that is where Moodle should be, and that is where you'll turn everything in. So for you guys that are watching online, the way that it works for you watching the class is that when you click the link to watch the class, it will tell me that you've clicked the link, and so that'll show that you've attended, and it will tell me it will tell me if you watched the whole thing or not. So Moodle does have that capability. So you'll get a link through Moodle. You need to make sure and click the link through Moodle. Don't copy and paste that link into your browser, because then it won't show me that you attended the class. So it's really important that you click on the link and watch the class. So anyway, so the class links will be in Moodle, and also all of the assignment information will be in Moodle. Also, I believe it has the capabilities. Again, I'm still working on it, but I think I can do kind of some news updates, and it'll send you all an email. So I'm going to try to start doing that. So if you have questions about the class or you want to know what's coming up next, check Moodle. I'm going to update the calendar and put all of our dates out there for what's due when our classes are, that kind of thing. And also provide the links to the classes. If I said something you want to go back and say, what did she say about that? You can go and watch it, that kind of thing. And the other thing that's new this year, because we have so many interns and so many are far away, but this also counts for you guys, because some of you guys are in Little Rock and driving back and forth, that kind of thing. I'm going to do online office hours. So I'm here all summer. For you guys that are here, email me, set up an appointment, come see me anytime, and I'm happy to talk to you face to face. For you guys that are far away, and some of you guys are leaving to go far away, so I'm going to do online office hours. I believe I sent this in the email. I just tried it, I tested it today, and it's through the Blue Jeans network, which is what Hendrix uses for our conferencing. So, so when you hear me reference blue jeans, I don't mean what you're wearing. I mean, I know I was confused at first. I was like, what do they keep talking about blue jeans for? Anyway, it's the network, it's not the pants. So anyway, Blue Jeans is what we'll use. And so every Tuesday from 10 to 11 and every Wednesday from 2 to 3, I'm going to have virtual office hours. And so what that means is I'll start on Blue Jeans, I'll fire it up and it'll be there. And if you have a question, you can bloop in and ask me a question. So what it will do on the first time is it will send you an email and you'll have a bunch of different links. So if you prefer to go through Skype, click the Skype link, you'll go through Skype and it'll still show up with me. If you prefer Google Hangout, click the Google Hangout link and you log in through that and then it shows up through me. If you don't have any of that or you don't want to use any of that, if you've got a computer with a webcam and a microphone, you can just go through the internet. That's how I did the test today. I didn't go through any of the other fancy stuff. I just plugged in my webcam and talk to Bobby downstairs, Bobby and Travis. So you can just do it that way. If you are going to be somewhere where you don't have any of that and all you have is a telephone, it will give you a phone number and you can just call in and we'll talk to each other. We won't be able to see each other, but we can talk to each other. So I'm going to try to provide that for you guys as well. So if you have a quick question or you need to check in with me about something that's going on at your site or whatever, or you just want to say, hey, everything's going great, I love it, woo, I love those calls. So I'll be at my desk from 10 to 11 every Tuesday and 2 to 3 every Wednesday for those virtual office hours. So please use that. And for you guys that will be away from campus for the summer, I am requiring that you do that at least once so that we can have one check-in where I can talk to you and see how things are going. So if you have not been able to attend a class in person, then I'm going to need you to do the office hours at least once. So that will start not next week, but the next week, June 11th, I believe is that first Tuesday, and it will go through the middle of August, every Tuesday and every Wednesday. For you guys that are local, you can come see me anytime between 8 and 4. I'm here every day, except for the week I'm on vacation. So, all right. I think that is everything I have to cover with you. What questions do you have for me? Anybody have any questions? Please ask them. Don't be shy. Anybody? If I pout, will somebody ask a question? All right. Is there anything else you want to know or you are curious about as far as getting this internship credit, getting this Odyssey credit, that kind of stuff? Anything along those lines? All right. Like I said, this is a lot of stuff you probably feel like you already know, but I just have to say it and I have to make sure we're all on the same page at the beginning of the semester. So for you guys that have already started your internships, I really hope they're going well. I'll stick around a little bit after if you have any questions. For you guys that haven't started yet, remember that first impression is super important, very key. Please do your best to make a great first impression for yourself, for your recommendations down the line, and also for Hendrix students that might want to do this after you. So good luck. Please keep in touch with me. Let me know how I can help you out, even if you just check in to say hi, anything like that. That's what I'm here for. I want to talk to you guys throughout the summer, and I'm really looking forward to hearing about your experiences and talking with you. So keep in touch with me, and I think that's all I have. So thank you. Y'all have a good summer. Oh, I don't need applause.